Hello, Tavo. It's good to see you in the chat. If you would like to jump online, please let me know, by the way, Tavo, because the people that I'm playing with here, just to recap, they just came back from a high-rank Deviljho quest with this guy in this outfit. Ravager Blade, Rarity 3, which I suppose is acceptable for high rank. No, it's not actually, that's still low rank. Who's set? Asks Tanya. The guy... I wish I had my keyboard plugged in at this stage. Guy... in low rank stuff. Ugh, it's actually really hard to type on this thing. And he's almost G rank. Is what I'm typing, which will eventually come on the screen. I think he talks about yours. He's starting, haha. He's almost G rank. Hold on, I wish I could type. I really need to go and get my keyboard and plug it the fuck in. Almost G. This is extraordinary. So, when I said, what's with your set, Tanya had no idea to whom I was referring. And then, when I draw her attention to the person that I'm referring to, her response is, he's just starting. No, he's not. He's HR5. Yeah, but 2 hours ago he was, what, low rank? 2 hours ago, me, HR2. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. You're negatively affecting his experience in this game by literally carrying him. He cannot perform in a high-rank Deviljho quest with a Rarity 3 Ravager Blade and Rarity 1 gear. I'm not hunting with people like this. It's unfair to this Dark Souls guy to have this be his hunting experience. That's what I'm most concerned about. I think I didn't completely explain that initially. But my gripe is not with Dark Souls, this guy named Dark Souls, I should make it very clear. It is with these people that are carrying him through the game and allowing him to actually enter G rank, hand on heart, with Rarity 1 gear, which is very uncommon. It's pretty common to see low rank gear, but Rarity 1 gear. Absolutely shocking. Anyway, I'm gonna go and play with Tavo. These people are just pathetic. If I had my keyboard plugged in, I would be grilling them. Quite ferociously. Because that shit is one of the most... You know, it's probably the most deleterious behavior for the community. Because what it does is it creates a person who is unlikely to continue playing, doesn't it? Like, that's what it does. Because they're not going to have an enjoyable experience when they get into G rank and they literally are getting one-shot by everything. Some people will realize what the problem is and they will go and fix it by getting better gear, which is going to be very, very difficult for them with Rarity 1 stuff, but maybe they'll be able to pull through. But think of how many people would just walk away from that experience and say, oh, I'm going to play something else now. That's just what happens. You know, Hunsterverse is a great example. That is a community where you will constantly see the same cycle of behavior. A person who is new to the series comes in, gets carried to the end game, and then they lose interest almost immediately. Well, this guy is in an even worse scenario. He's getting carried to the end game, and he doesn't even have level appropriate gear. So, what is the likelihood of this guy continuing to play? I think he'll be going back to Dark Souls pretty soon, from what I can tell. Anyway. Yeah, there's almost 20 people playing, which is good. I suppose I'll make a room, Tavo, if you are ready to play. It's really good that you're actually here, because what it does is, it's like a form of insurance, because at the moment there's a lot of people who are playing at levels below G rank, which I really don't want to be doing on camera, so... Yeah, I'll just make a G turns room, I guess. And, yeah, any target, and then relaxed hunting, I suppose, will do. That's really unfortunate. I think what was most striking was that they didn't understand what my issue was. They're like, well, yeah, he's got Rarity 1 stuff because he was Hunter Rank 2 just 2 hours ago. I mean, yeah, that's an excellent explanation for why this guy is departing on a high rank Deviljho quest with Rarity 1 gear. What an excellent explanation and justification. Just, you know. I've been well kneecapped by that response, you know. For fuck's sake. Looks like Tavo actually managed to get to HR 999, which is cool. I was actually with you when you got your... I think I said this last time I was talking to you. I was with you when you got your last gold crown. I remember it was like a... It was a Baroth, although I can't remember if it was a small or large crown. It may have been a small. But yeah. It's cool to see that you made it to Hunt Rank 999. Congratulations. It takes a lot of time in this game to do that. Okay, I'm just shifting my table a little bit. I was sitting a little bit too close to my screen. It's very humid at the moment in Australia. Because we've got scattered thunderstorms today, but it is still quite warm. So, yeah, just the humidity in the air is quite unpleasant. I'm glad I have a refreshing cold soda water to cool me down and hydrate me, as I said before. Alright, what do we feel like doing? I don't know if we've actually hunted in this game together, Quinn. Or Gunzalino. See, I don't know whether to call you Quinn or Gunzalino at this point. But I don't think we've played together in 3 Ultimate. It's great that you're actually here as well. I'm of the mind to do something that you'd like to do. I don't expect that Tavo needs anything, and off the top of my head, there's nothing that I really need to do, so... Yeah, if you do have anything that you'd like to post, please do so. In the meantime, I might check to see if there is anything that I was wanting to forge. I seem to recall that I wanted to make an Abyssal Lagiacruz weapon that I still have yet to make, shockingly. It's, well, I don't even remember what it is. Let's see if I can work it out. Wonder why I can't even remember. I suppose it's because it's been ages since I sat down and played this game. It actually feels almost foreign to me when I'm sitting here playing this game. There are similarities to other games that I've played recently, and then there are things that are just so different. I suppose it's really been about as long as it was since I was last recording it that I played it, because I don't play it in my own time, so those of you who are of the mind to go and check back to see when I last recorded this game, that's literally how long ago it was that I played it. There was something Lagiacruz related. I'm going to look for unupgraded weapons, just out of interest. Although I'm starting to think that it's not there. Who cares? Oh, maybe it was that. But why would I be making that? No, I've already got the Abyssal Lagiacruz Greatsword, so... I saw a high-rank Lagiacruz weapon and thought, oh yes, that must be what it is that I'm forging, and then I engaged my brain and realized that I made the Abyssal Lagiacruz Greatsword many, many years ago. Star Fury asks if I have ever played the newer Monster Hunter games. The answer is yes, but I hate them. And that really is the best way that I can summarize it. If I liked those games, you would see me play them and record them. That's really redundant. See me play them means that you're going to see me recording them, so that was really unhelpful what I just said. But anyway, the point is that there is a reason why I don't play those games on my channel, and it is because I don't just dislike those games, I find them to be an insult to the series, so I do not play them. Although, I do look much more favourably upon World these days, not because, I don't know, I'm at peace with it, or because a lot of time has passed and now my rage has softened. No, it's nothing like that. It's purely, you know, by comparison that I now see World in a slightly better light. It's because Rise is actually just so pathetic that it makes World look good. So, I don't know if Quinn's decided. Yes, he has decided on a quest to do. It is die Miralis. That's actually a pretty fun choice. A monster that is unique to this game. When you say he recorded a Rise stream, Nargacuga, it's very confusing, because I have done Rise streams before. You say he recorded a Rise stream. Yes, I did several, actually, back when the game came out. But I feel like you might be trying to trick him into thinking that I recently did one. Anyway. What would be... You know what, let's go Longsword. That's a weird combination. Die Miralis and Longsword. I don't think I've done that anytime recently. I believe Dragon is the best element for Miralis, so I suppose I'll try to find some kind of loadout that doesn't have Sharpness +1. Ironically, that has Sharpness +1 through Honed Blade, and it's got the weapon in question equipped on the equipment set, so that's not really helpful. That's what I really hate about weapons, like particularly the Elatrion weapons where they have max sharpness already. Most of my armor sets have Sharpness +1, so I really get no benefit out of that. Do I have anything general use that could possibly work? Alright, let's just do it. Let's have a wasted skill. It's not actually blanked out, which makes me feel slightly better about myself. But of course, the Sharpness +1 aspect of Honed Blade is not benefiting me in any way at this stage. Alright. I had best eat. And it seems that I already have done so. There you are. I'll make sure that my inventory is ready to go. And before I depart on the quest, I will actually close my blind completely, because at the moment I have this streak of light going across my monitor that is very distracting. I'll be just one moment. That is better. Alright. At least you can hear what I'm doing. My chair is very creaky. I'm missing 6 antidotes. My goodness. Well, thanks for drawing my attention to that fact, Nargacuga. Another one of your extremely valuable contributions to the chat. I will actually try to skip this cutscene. It hasn't been that long since I last did die Miralis on stream. Game's a bit loud, I'm going to lower the volume. I'm going to get hit with a fire meteor, but I don't care. I don't mean for you guys, by the way, I mean for me. Maybe I'll one day return to World. I do intend to, probably for the 10th anniversary of World's release, return to the base version of the game, just to experience it again. I have no clue if it will even be possible. I'll do it on PC, of course, but I'll try to get the base version of the game, like the very, very original patch. I'm not even going to play online, you know. I'll just re-experience it, relive it, you know, because at that point it will have some nostalgic value. Because I have to tell you, I did really enjoy those days, the first 2 months or so of Monster Hunter World's release. It was a fun time. It actually rekindled my my interest in the series, because I was playing with people again, and chatting with them while we played, and I was genuinely having a lot of fun. That was probably more to do with the community engagement that I had at that time with other people playing the game than it had... Like, it had more to do with that than the game itself, is what I'm trying to say. But still, I did have a lot of fun. It was great. Lynn has joined the room. Lynn will have to wait a little while, but I suspect this is probably the best room on offer at the moment. It's a little dangerous to be near the chest, but it is sort of the best thing to aim for. Apart from the head, obviously. I'll try not to flinch Tavo at all. I'm surprised Tavo has gone with Greatsword. I absolutely hate using Greatsword in underwater confrontations, but I suppose it's also a form of challenge that he is issued to himself. Ooh. But you see, I also don't really enjoy using longsword underwater, so I guess I've issued a slightly less extreme challenge to myself. Yeah. Nargacuga quite rightly reacts negatively to the fact that I'm using underwater longsword. It's unpleasant, I agree, but not all of the confrontation is underwater, I'm happy to report. I don't know why, but this particular Miralis feels bigger. I'm sure that they are a single set size, but for some reason, he feels bigger. Maybe I'm just used to Fatalises at this point. So this guy feels especially large. I will aim for the legs because I think that's how you're going to get your knockdowns. That is what would make logical sense. Ow. Is he going back in the water already? I did feel like he got on land a little bit sooner than usual, so if he gets back in the water very quickly, then I suppose that would stand to reason. I wouldn't be pleased about it, though. Oh, I think that's a knockdown. Unfortunately, though, can't really get to the head there, so I guess I'll have to settle for the wings. Slightly unfortunate. Looks like Quinn's actually going for the head while in the water, which is not a bad idea at all. I think I remember doing that. Well, I certainly remember doing that. Whether or not I'm correct is another matter. But yeah, in the last hunt that I did with Miralis, I'm pretty sure I did that. I wanted to Fade Slash out of the way, but I pressed the wrong button. It's quite sad that instead of pressing X plus A, I instead hit B. That's very different to what I intended to press. My thumb doesn't quite know what it's doing. It's not used to the Classic Controller Pro. I will blame the digits on my hand rather than myself. Which is just lovely. Now, if you were to fall over here, that would be much more helpful. Definitely cooler than a Crimson Fatalis, I would say. But as I've said before, it's actually nicer when you have a monster like this that is unique to this game. I'm sure some people would instinctively say, oh, I wish this guy was in another game, but do you? Because I don't. I can come and play this game, and it makes this fight more special because it's unique to this game. It makes this game more valuable. More worthwhile to come back to because you've got monsters like these that you can't find anywhere else. It's a great thing. Again! The head is in the water. Well, I'm going to go and try to reach it. Ugh. Wasn't able to get many hits off there, but perhaps that was worthwhile. Yeah, well, I suppose that would be one reason why Miralis hasn't reappeared in another game. Strangely, that's not something that I had even considered while I was discussing that. But this is an amphibious monster, so of course it's going to be... It wouldn't really be worth bringing him back, because you wouldn't actually be able to have that underwater confrontation. Of course, we do have amphibious confrontations in games without underwater combat, such as Plesioth. But I don't know how they would still make this fun in a game where you couldn't fight him underwater. He's a big underwater volcano, that's what he is. And the more intimately one can experience that, the better the hunt. It would just be a bit of a downgrade otherwise. And he's going back in the water. I like how he doesn't really walk into it, he just falls in gracefully. Hadn't really noticed that before. I'm usually too busy hitting him to take note of the way he goes into the water. Yeah, so that's one good example, Nargacuga. Quinn was saying that he's glad that they don't bring underwater monsters back without the water, but they have done that. Lagiacrus would be one such example, but I think they did a good job with him. You've got Royal Ludroth as well, for example. There's a lot of examples of them doing that, but with Royal Ludroth, he's not that exciting of a fight anyway, so I don't really take issue with that. And they basically made the land-based Ivory Lagiacrus the standard Lagiacrus. That's how he moves. He moves like an ivory in Generations Ultimate. And apparently he returned in 5th Gen as well. Well, no, he didn't. I think he was intended to be in those games, or maybe they did eventually bring him back. It's incredible how little I know about the current state of Monster Hunter World, I should mention. There's so many changes that have been made that I literally don't even know about. So, yeah, mostly in terms of monsters. All of those really nasty updates I do tend to get told about. Head flinches. I almost feel bad for him. Just broke the face. And he's poisoned. It's very unlikely, or rather, very uncommon to see him poisoned. I'm very close to being comboed here. Let me try to actually get out of there. For some reason my character wasn't even swimming when I was pressing the buttons to make him swim. Maybe he was slightly, I don't know, concussed after getting hit by the monster. Well, imagine getting hit by this thing. Well, that's really interesting. Quinn seems to think that Lagiacrus in Generations Ultimate is one of the worst fights in that game. I wholeheartedly disagree, but I suppose everyone's got different ideas about what makes a good fight. Because again, to say that Lagiacrus in Generations Ultimate is one of the worst fights in that game is to, by extension, say that Ivory Lagiacrus in this game is a really terrible fight, which I do not agree with at all. So, yeah. I mean, it is slightly different. But it's, for all intents and purposes, the same confrontation, so I couldn't even imagine criticizing the Ivory Lagiacrus hunt quite as roundly as you have just done for the standard Lagiacrus in Generations Ultimate. So. And Star Fury thinks it's one of the best fights, no matter the game, so... Yeah, I think there's a lot of love for Lagiacrus. Rightly so. I think he's a pretty good monster. An update on my lighting situation, by the way. Of course, the whole reason why I'm not currently visible on the camera. I did actually locate like a replacement light for it. Like I said, it's sort of it's a tube in the shape of a ring. It's like a ring light. It's a fluorescent tube. And I did locate it. I bought one. But then when I replaced the light in there, It still didn't work, which tells me that it's actually not a problem with the light. It's something to do with the electrical wiring. So I do need to get an electrician in. So that means, although I thought that I had a solution in place, it is not actually resolving the problem, so it will need to be looked at. And obviously, no one's working on the 26th of December. But yes, I'll try to get that arranged within the next 7 days. If possible. Might not be, I don't know. Alright. Try to Fade Slash out of the way again. As you can see, those giant fucking wings are a little difficult to avoid. That was really funny. Because of the lag on my screen, it looked like Deviljho just did 2 level 3 charges in quick succession, which was... that was pretty scary. Imagine if you could do that. That sounds like some Frontier shit. I don't think you can do that with the Greatsword in Frontier, but it absolutely wouldn't be out of character for that game to introduce that sort of change to the Greatsword. I mean, you can fucking run with the thing, so why not just do multiple level 3 charges in quick succession? Yeah, I don't know. As far as Frontier is concerned, I do want to get back to playing it, but there is a reason why I stopped. It's hard in the early game to really feel like any of it matters. It reminds me of Monster Hunter Online in that way, but that's alright. I think it's because of how it's designed with all of the expansions. It's much easier to get through the early game because of that. They want you to get to the more recent expansions and then just blast your way through the early stuff. Consequently, it makes it just feel more trivial and less meaningful and blah. You can literally get these followers, right? Like NPCs that will practically complete the hunt for you. It's ridiculous, but anyway. They actually come with you on the quests and just do all the hunting. I think you have to be there in the room. They're not just going to run off ahead of you and go and kill the monster. Fortunately, it's not that bad. They are meant to be companions, not literally doing the hunt for you, but it is effectively that. They seem to always have much, much better gear than you as well. Or, I should say, much better gear than would be necessary for the hunt. Much better than the basic requirement level of gear to kill the monster. Which again is another example of just trivializing the experience. I'm not stepping away from Frontier permanently, I just needed a bit of a break. Alright. Got a Dire Dragon Gem, not that hard to get, really. I think there are other things that can be slightly harder to get when you need them. Looks like I've got a few true armor spheres which I'm going to make use of. I don't know what to prioritize, but I definitely have not been fully upgrading my armor sets precisely because of a lack of true armor spheres, so now that I see that I have some, as many as 20, not much of course, but it's better than nothing, I'm actually going to try and see if I can fully upgrade some of my armor sets, or at least continue upgrading the ones that I haven't touched in ages. I'll just sell that shit. Wasn't really worth carving, to be honest, if I'm just going to sell it all. Alright, so we've got another HR999, Lyn. I believe I've played with Lyn before. It's just a name that I recognize. We want to go to sell. Oh, I'll just sell the ones that I literally can't store. And we'll put that gushing magma away. Magma. I will actually buy some antidotes. It bothers me that I don't have 10. It didn't bother me before, but now it does. And it's entirely unrelated to the fact that my attention was drawn to it. Okay, let's double check my armor set, see what can and can't be fully upgraded. Definitely the set that I'm wearing now is one of the priorities. So let's see if this is fully upgraded. It is, which is good. Quite obviously, I have prioritized this in the past. I guess we'll just go down the list. Why not? Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here confusing myself as to what I have upgraded and haven't. So I'll just do it this way. And that's fully upgraded. Okay. I was painting a picture of just sets with terrible defense, wasn't I? But it looks like a lot of these are fully upgraded. Maybe I've already done this on camera. Gone through my armor sets and fully upgraded each of them with whatever I had to hand, as far as true armor spheres were concerned. Really? This one's fully upgraded too? What's going on? I need to make a list. Or is there a way that I can see without... Well, actually, there is a way that I can see without going to the blacksmith. I can just do this. Well, actually, no, it doesn't tell you if it's max in this game. Which is really annoying. So I actually have to do this. Fuck off. See what I mean? These are all maxed. All maxed out. But it doesn't tell me. How am I supposed to remember that these... I don't even think it's consistent with rarity either. You would think it would be, but no, I think you can have multiple different max levels within the one rarity. So, yeah, it's just not, not going to work, really, for me to try to memorize that. How about this set? It is fully upgraded. I'm starting to be driven insane by this. Going back and forth and back and forth. Maybe I'll go from this end. Oh my god. I do suspect that I've done this already. On camera. The weather is really nasty, by the way. I am minded to put on the air conditioning, because it's fucking unpleasant. I've never had that option, but where I live now there is indeed an air conditioning unit, and it's really tempting to turn it on right now. I used to just sit there and suffer, you know, but I don't have to anymore, not really. Maybe on some days I can, but I needn't do it every time. Oh, where's the legs? Yeah, I'm about to go insane. All of these are fully upgraded, and the only way that I can find out whether or not they're fully upgraded is to do what I'm doing. I know it's ridiculous, I know it's actually possibly very boring, but you know what, this might be something I have to do in my own time when I'm not recording. Yeah, this is ridiculous. There's no way I'm going to go through every single one of my armor sets only to find that all except one is fully upgraded. So let's just assume that they are all fully upgraded, or at least sufficiently upgraded at the moment. And we'll do a different quest. What do we feel like doing? Maybe some advanced quests. What I'll do is I'll check to see what advanced quests I have, and I'll just choose one. I just have HRP in mind, really. How about this one? Uragan, Agnaktor, and Azure Rathalos. Common elemental weakness being Dragon. It is called a burnt offering, I think. I might bring Hammer, now that I've got it. Alteus Morfexo. I do enjoy the G-rank names for the weapons, for Elatrium. Because if you memorized the high-rank ones, the G-rank ones are similar enough that you should be able to memorize them pretty quickly as well. So for example, the hammer in the high-rank version is the Metamorph. Morfexo is similar to Metamorph, I guess. Well, similar enough, as I say. But yeah, it's good that I'm actually here and able to play 3 Ultimate. I'm really glad. Made all the better by the fact that I have people who watch me who are able to join in. It is, as I say, a form of insurance. It means that I don't have to rely on literally random people to allow the live stream to continue. It's very good. Haven't actually checked Tarbo Show's set. Yeah, it's that very Monster Hunter Tri loadout. Shadow Shades, Hellhunter Jacket, and Black Leather Chaps, which is not what they were called in the past, I don't think. Or maybe they were. Maybe they were. But yeah, those leather pants. It's a cool dragon set, actually. I love that lance. I never see that lance. What water lance do I use? I think I use the Plesioth one. Well, it has to be said that that one is way cooler. What do you think of the chances of this person having that amount of res points, resource points, legitimately? And what do you think of the chances of this person being a legitimate Hunt Rank 999 and then making this armor set? Look, I'm not going to call in the Inquisition, but I'd reckon that person's not legitimately HR 999. Just got a feeling. You do see them around every now and again. I was just hoping that it would be less likely these days to find them. Well, it is less likely, I think, but anyway. At this stage, I'm not going to make any imputations. I'm just going to, you know, continue playing the game and having fun. Bad charm RNG. Well, that is possible. We do, at this time, play a game where... It's a stupid way for me to phrase that. Let me do that again. As we speak, I'm playing a game where cursed charm tables exist that you literally cannot change unless you get a different character. Pretty bad. Another thing that's pretty bad is the fact that my original Classic Controller Pro, the one that I bought with Monster Hunter Tri when it came out, the buttons are all sticky because I've been spilling all sorts of alcoholic drinks on it during my live streams. It's just not acceptable, is it? I mean, I've gotten so much use out of this controller and it's lasted so well. So well. It's pretty much just as good as it was when I first bought it. And yet, what is causing it to deteriorate? Me. I'm the one causing it to deteriorate. Not through regular pressing of the buttons, but by spilling beverages on it like an idiot. Seriously. It's not good. It was very difficult to go back to try and then deal with the fact that the chin slams during the raw animation actually can hit you in that game. They made that change presumably in Portable Third. I remember it being very confusing, but now I've become so used to it that it's really annoying when I get hit by the raw chin slams in Monster Hunter Tri when I go and play that game. Speaking of which, I do need to go back and play Tri. Haven't been doing that enough recently. Not even in my own time have I been doing it. So that needs to change. My stamina management is just pathetic. Do I have... It's the golden question, isn't it? Does Doomlink have stamina recovery materials or items in his inventory? The answer is almost invariably no. But you never know. In some games I do carry them. This is obviously not one of them. Doomlink never has meat, screams Peaberry. Yeah, this hammer does get very big. The spikes become huge. Yeah, it is gigantic, isn't it? So in Monster Hunter Tri, and I believe also Portable Third, although I could be wrong about Portable Third, the spikes do not get really long, they instead spread out. What I would assume is that it's easier to just do this. Rather than... it must be less taxing, animation-wise, to do it that way. Yeah, the spikes actually separate. Look at the fucking tremor distance on that. That is ridiculous. That is something that was changed as well. Which I think I mention every single time I fight this monster, so I'm gonna shut up. I have not been playing very well at all, by the way. I think it's because I've been playing entirely subconsciously, and I don't play hammer subconsciously as well as I do other weapon types, so... yeah. Haven't even gotten a KO yet, pathetically. I was hoping he'd walk into it. A fairly well-placed hope, it's just that it didn't really play out in the way that I was expecting it to, as you saw. There's a Volvidon as well. I don't see a reason not to beat on him. It looks like everyone's quite focused on it. Do we? Let's do it, come on. Won't take very long at all. I don't imagine. I'll try and not upswing anyone. I would call that a perfect evasion on the part of the Volvidon. Perfectly evaded my golf swing. What's this about a Beyblade? Just another strange contribution in the chat from Nargacuga. Actually, no. I need to not do that. Fortunately, no one was hit, but what I need to do is the spinning golf swing. That is a lot less disruptive to the team. Nope. I'm glad that you flinched, it's just very unhelpful because my combo cannot deal with that. That sort of movement from you just completely puts me at a disadvantage. Okay. Completely missing as usual. I'm not too worried about whether or not we can carve him, but I don't think I can hit him there anyway. What? What kind of comment is that? Nargacuga in the chat says, "Is it just me, or is Volvidon smaller in Portable Third?" You have come to this question after having seen precisely one Volvidon. You do realise they vary in size, don't you? Anyway. I would say this is a particularly large Volvidon. But I'm quite sure that they are about the same size in both games. Generally speaking. That was predictable. Get over here. Yeah, look how big this hammer is. This is ridiculous. I was going to assume that he saw my hammer and became so terrified that he just fell out of the sky. That's how that felt. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Look, in my defense, on my camera, you were not actually supposed to get hit by that. Well, from my perspective. And he's dead. Very good. And while I'm here... Oh, I probably don't even have a pickaxe. No. I was going to say, while I'm here, I'll do some mining, which of course would be helpful. You can still get charms and decent talismans on occasion. And that's always going to be beneficial. But I do not have any pickaxes, so I cannot make use of those nodes. And look who has arrived at the perfect time to be beaten by the team. Excellent. Could not think of a better scenario. We didn't even have to chase him down at all. Can we technically say we one-zoned him? No, of course not. But we could pretend we did. So I think the next monster is actually Agnaktor. I think it goes Urugan, Agnaktor, Azur Rathalos. Frustratingly, I can't confirm that. Because this is a game that for some reason just elects to have a big open blank space in the quest info instead of listing the fucking monsters in the quest. I'm not sure what that's about, but I pretty much in every single 3 Ultimate recording do complain about that. So if you haven't heard that complaint before, then there it is. It's entirely reasonable. I don't understand it. Well, what I'm saying is the complaint is reasonable. I should make that very clear. Why am I attempting to upswing when his head is in the air? I might add that this is an annoying monster to use a hammer against. I might actually try to get him in a trap. I normally wouldn't bother, as you know, but I do always carry traps, despite the fact I never use them. Oh yeah, this is a game where I have almost no pitfall traps, so there you are. See, finally you are in a position where I can hit your head quite consistently, and then you flinch immediately. That's annoying. You are so getting in a shock trap. Don't destroy it, please. I beg of you. Where is he? He's fixing to destroy my trap is what he's doing. Oh my god. Alright. Here we go. God damn it. As you can see, I'm not very well practiced with the use of hammer against this monster. No comment. I do not. For some reason I thought I needed to sharpen up. I do not. What I do, however, need to do is consume a cool drink. Ugh. That was scary. Well, I don't feel as if I'm contributing all that much during this hunt, but this particular one, against this particular monster. Yes, I'm making contact every now and again, but strictly speaking, my DPS is terrible right now. And my stamina is becoming increasingly worse. Oh, for fuck's sake, I was moving away in anticipation of that very attack for what felt like a million minutes. And I still got hit. I suppose because I'm moving so damn slowly when I'm charging my hammer. Alright, turn around and look at me. Look at me, look at me. See how frequently he flinches when I hit his face? It's very unhelpful. What you doing? He's limping out. Well, 2 of us got hit there. Evidently, Lyn thinking that charging with her lance is just an excellent idea. I mean, what a great idea, right? You've got 3 people who could be hitting the monster, but instead Lyn does the charge with the lance, which then makes it so that literally only her fucking weapon is hitting the monster, whilst simultaneously, I might add, dealing almost no damage. Just an excellent strategy. It's precisely what I would recommend. If I were, you know, advising someone on a similar situation and I were sitting on the outside looking in, it's exactly what I would tell a person to do. Let's kill this fucking Azure Rathalos before my stamina just completely runs out. Would very much like that. Let's kill these Melings. I'm usually able to see more than one. That's why I said Melings, plural. Looks like it's just one at the moment. Oh. Well, thank you, Quinn. I know what this is going to be. A well done steak. Well, thank you very much. You even gave me 2. I'm very grateful. Nargacuga, I want you to just keep up with the events as they're unfolding, but Deviljho is a viewer, and I've played with him for a long time. So he also was not included in my criticism just there. Insofar as Lynn being HR 999, so I should let this person be, I'm of the opinion that they're not even a legitimate HR 999. So there you are. There you have it. Let them be. Indeed. You can stop that now. This is like the most annoying thing in the world. Sorry. I think I did just hit Quinn though. Need to let my stamina recover. At least I have stamina to recover. Oh, I was really hoping for a knockdown there. Excellent. I don't think he's going to last very long. Surely not. There we go. And I'm pressing the wrong button to skip as usual. Actually, that shiny's not going to yield anything relating to monster materials. I keep wishing that I had pickaxes. Eat off your noggin. Eat off your flat head. Actually, no, that's not the flat head one. There is a helmet which is literally flat. At the top. Similar colour though. Alright, well that was a pretty fun quest actually. We managed to dispatch a Volvidon in addition to the 3 monsters that were already on the roster. On the ballot. And I got another mantle. And it's also red. Very good. And another true armor sphere. Which is actually probably the thing I want most at the moment, although I'm not entirely sure how many armor pieces need to be upgraded now. Maybe I dealt with it. Maybe they're all fully upgraded now, I'm not sure. And here is our free hunt bonus. Very good. Happy to see that. Apparently I've got 99 Volvidon Cortexes. I've fought a lot of them, evidently. Very good. Do Sand Whale with Tusks, Mr. Streamer. I might actually do Hallowed Jhen. I do enjoy both, but again, Hallowed Jhen is specific to this game, so I think it would be more enjoyable to do that one. Stop taking individual potions out of there, please. Alright. What do you have to say? In fact, I'm quite sure that I have Deviljho's guild card. When do you think I got that? So this was updated in 2018. Some of these have updated, so I think I got it back in 2018. That's when I would have gotten his card. So based on this list, yeah, I would have got it in 2018. I think. Would I? So I hunted with N10 a lot. Last time that updated was 22. I think I got his card. Maybe in 2019 I got N10's card. See how it's confusing? You can see this one last updated in 2021. It doesn't tell me the date I got it. But you can see, like, this goes in order of when I got the card. The last time this one updated was in 21. These are 23. I reckon I would have gotten his card in 2018. That's what I suspect. No, it would have been 2019, now that I think about it, because Vernon, who is Fenix here, he didn't start watching me until 2019, so then I would have gotten Tavo Show's card in 2019. That's when it would have happened. I met the legendary Hunter Yurley. We play every now and again. Apparently, the Monster Hunter 3G servers have really taken a dive, so Yurley's been playing this game more frequently. I actually meet Yurley just randomly in this community quite often. Alright. What would be fun against Hallowed Jhen? Of course, it's going to be a weakness of fire, which is always interesting to fight a Jhen Moran using a fire weapon. I think that was a really good call for them to just go with a totally different element to what Jhen Moran is usually weak to. That makes the fight so much more fun. It just means you've got a whole list of weapons that you would normally never use on a Jhen Moran that you can now use on the newest Jhen Moran subspecies. Shockingly, that's still true. Hallowed Jhen is still the newest Jhen Moran subspecies. In a mainline game, I might add. Maybe he exists in some other game like Frontier, although I'm pretty sure he's not in Frontier. If Jhen's in Frontier, I'll be quite shocked, actually. What should I use? I know what to use. I know precisely what to use, actually. I will bring my high gradient plug set, just because I'm a sucker for being able to resist roars, even though it's not going to be that helpful. Oh no, sorry. It has to be my Awakened Greatsword set. Because I want to use the Anima Reaper. Wherever it is. There we go. I wish the sword didn't look this small when sheathed. Because it does actually extend outwards. From that V-shaped part, it actually extends outwards into a longer blade when you unsheath it. Oh well. Is there a event Hallowed Jhen? I think there might be. We should do that. No, not that. I will look for it. I think it's Herald of Prosperity? No, that's the standard one. I think there's an event Hallowed. Or is there not? Maybe there isn't. Doesn't appear that there is one, actually. That's alright. Unless there's a stronger one here in this list. Festival on the Sea of Sand. I was just wondering if there was a stronger one, because we do have a pretty good team, but this should be fine. So we've got a Fire Lance. Looks like Tarboshow and I are using the same loadout, although I don't think he has Awaken on that set. Oh no, he does. He's actually made various versions of that loadout, which is quite funny. Alright, that's cool. It doesn't have any raw resistance, but I still think it's kind of cool that he's made multiple versions of that set. How good is Lucent? How good is he? It's a strange question. Do you mean in terms of... Like, when you say good, it makes it sound like you're talking about his armor and his weapons. If it's a good fight or a good monster, the answer is no. I don't like the fight at all. It's interesting, I suppose, but... Yeah. His weapons are good. Of course, the best Pierce bowgun, in my opinion, would be the Lucent Nargacuga heavy bowgun. Yeah, no, I like that set as well, Tavo. I think it's fine to be as enamored with it as you are. Getting ever closer to switching on that air conditioning. You know what? I'm going to do it right now, because otherwise I'm going to be sitting here during this Jhen Moran hunt wishing that I had done it. I'll be back in a moment. I have returned. Maid set. Yes, it's a guildie. Presumably. That looks like a guildie outfit. Alright. Ready to go. Let's fight Blue Jhen Moran. That's his official name. Blue Jhen Moran. Like Brown Blangonga. Alright. I'll tell you what I'm getting. Rations. Hell yeah. Stamina recovery materials, although I do have, thanks to Quinn, a well-done steak in my inventory. Extremely unusual. Almost unheard of, really. Yeah, I suppose it is mostly purple, isn't it? To be honest, it's been so long since I've fought him that I couldn't really visualize his color. Oh, so his weak points are blue and his tusks are blue, so it's not entirely wrong to call him Blue Jhen Moran. This greatsword's cool. Can I dive fast enough? Yes, I can. Well, actually, it wasn't letting me dive, so I'm glad that he ended up getting bound. It's good news. God, no! I had perfectly predicted that that was going to happen. As soon as I saw that bomb, I knew what was going to happen. That was ridiculous. But anyway, I'm not going to make any comments. I'm not going to cast any aspersions. But, yeah, that was not a well-placed bomb. If anything other than what just happened was not intended to happen, or what I should say is, if anything other than what happened there was intended to happen, that was a terrible decision. Lyn evidently has no concept of critical distance when it comes to pierce shot, but that's okay. It actually hurts to watch this person do that. HR999 gameplay, yeah. We're watching some HR999 gameplay right now that's quite awe-inspiring, actually. Point-blank range pierce shooting. Why hadn't I thought of it before? Oh. Don't go into the sand. Don't. Nope, stop it. Stop. Oh. He's throwing us off. I almost got off. Almost did. But didn't quite make it, sadly. Sorry, I'm used to going in the opposite direction. I'm used to starting at the tail and then going to the upper part of the body, and then having that movement of the Jhen Moran be more visible. So I was rather slow on the uptake there. Oh, I should be using my first aid meds. Oh, Jesus! I thought he was jumping over the boat. I'm waiting for the Jhen Moran to fly over the boat. Instead, the Jhen Moran is slamming on my head. God, that was actually frightening. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Well, I suppose I realized very quickly what was going on once I had a Jhen Moran slam me in my cranium. Jhen jump scare. That's how it felt. Can you stop being over there? Hurry up and progress to the other side of the boat so that we can start hitting you, please. Yeah, one of the unfortunate things about this greatsword is that it doesn't actually have any purple sharpness when you get sharpness +1. I think that's a shame, because obviously, yeah, it's nice to have that much white, but it would be so much more effective if we could just get that next level of damage, accompanying the 780 fire value. But it is what it is. I think it's still a pretty cool weapon. Not the best fire greatsword, I don't think, but yeah, still pretty cool. And I just find Awaken to be very fun to use. Some people just do not see the value or the fun in Awaken. I am not one of those people. I get a lot of enjoyment out of Awaken. Ethan, for example, just thinks it's a complete waste of a skill. And I think that's unfortunate. Actually, I don't want to get a flinch here. I was just thinking that. Because if he flinches here, we won't be able to get on his tusks. Yes, there is a Miralis greatsword. It's very similar to this one in the sense that it's high element, low raw. So the Miralis greatsword would be the superior choice to this particular one. And obviously, it would also have purple sharpness, which works just magnificently with high element. High elemental value. Check out that fucking design. That's the best way to demonstrate it, actually. Get that slam. Slam charge. I'll show it again. Unless Jhen Moran's going to be in the way. No. Check that out. Very cool. That's the reason why I'm using this greatsword, and I should add, I do hasten to add, that while I am using this greatsword for its appearance, that is not to suggest that the Miralis greatsword doesn't look cool. That's a very cool looking greatsword. I like them both. So yeah, you've got multiple levels here. You've got the eyes glowing, and then the almost curtain-like design of the blade opening out. That's cool. The original design of this greatsword is actually the Pirate J greatsword. And they essentially recolored it here. I don't know where the Pirate J greatsword first appeared. I need to double check that. I'm going to check it online right now. Monster Hunter Pirate J greatsword. Pirate J sword. Oh, it's Captain J blade. Captain J blade. Where did it first appear? I'm seeing 4 Ultimate. What the hell is MHST? Oh, stories. I've never seen stories written as MHST. Have any of you? That's very strange. Well, to be honest, the earliest example of this sword that I'm seeing online at the moment is 4 Ultimate. But I just struggle to imagine that this was the first time this design was seen. I feel like maybe Monster Hunter 3G has the Captain J sword. Do you know what I'm going to do? And you can enjoy watching Jen while I do it. I'm going to get the Monster Hunter Dex, and I'm going to see if there is a Captain J sword, because it actually shows you the Japanese weapons as well as the standard one. So, I'll open that up now on my computer, and we will solve the mystery. Is the Captain J sword, in other words, the other original coloration of this sword, in the Japanese version of this game? I'm actually certain that it's not in Portable Third, because obviously that game only came out in Japan. So I'm quite familiar with all of the event weapons in that game. So therefore, if it's not in Portable Third, it must have first appeared either in this game or in 4G. What is going on? I've confused the filters in here. JP. Homa no Tsurugi. Yes, I am familiar with that. I'm not seeing it. Well, that would be very strange if this was the first time this weapon design appeared. That would actually make the Anima Reaper quite a bit more valuable. Just as a weapon design, because it would mean that it was actually meant to look like this. It wasn't just a recolor of an existing weapon. So, yeah. Why would you get confused by... No. What do you mean Monster Hunter ST is so that people wouldn't get confused with Monster Hunter Rise? What's that supposed to mean? Because... MHS is not... Like, what else would that mean? MHS? MHR? Am I missing something here? Anyway, I'm not going to question it. MHS. And then obviously you'd have MHS too. No. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is not Monster Hunter Sunbreak, for goodness sake. Who the fuck is going to see MHS and think, Monster Hunter Sunbreak? If such a person does exist, I will find them and I will slap them. That is MHRS. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I also carved an Earth Dragon Gem, which is incidentally not the rarest thing you can carve. There's Ghostly Quartz and obviously the Dragon's Fire. That just goes to show how terrible it was that they came up with Wilds as the name for the next Monster Hunter game. That almost confirms my very cynical point of view, and that is that they're cashing in on the success of Breath of the Wild. Because what they've done here is they've created a second Monster Hunter game that has a W. So you can't do MHW for Wilds. How ridiculous is that? I hadn't even thought of that. That makes it an even worse choice of name. Just goes to show that Capcom and critical thinking do not go hand in hand. Like, those two things, they don't gel well together. There's not much of it going on. their critical thinking and ingenuity, they've been carefully concealed from us. Have yet to spot it. It might exist, might not. Let's sell these. This is excess that does not need to take up any space in our box. Yeah, MHP already exists. That's Freedom 1 in Japan. Monster Hunter Formula 1? I can't be the only one who thinks that every time I read that. But you see, you can't write MHF because that's Frontier. So you have to write MHF1. Otherwise it's very confusing. Of course, that is the standard. It's MHP second, MHP third, etc. MHP second being Freedom 2. Well, I'm definitely going to get Feline Slider. Yeah, I do like P Turd, actually. That's what all of the people who have less favourable opinions about Portable Third call it. P Turd. Alright, what's next? You know what, I'm in the mood for a Deviljho. How about we do Rage Match? I don't know from where that came. Some sort of masochistic desire. But, yeah, I reckon we can pretty successfully do a Rage Match. I might go ranged. Yeah, bowgun, I suppose. Could even go... well, I get a lot more enjoyment out of using the Dragon Light Bowgun against Abyssal Lagiocrus because I actually will, once I run out of dragons, still be able to shoot elemental shots. Id est fire shots, because that is still a weakness of that monster. But if I run out of if I run out of dragon shots against Deviljho, I would then have to shoot Pierce or something, which is less attractive. So I think I'll go Thunder. Did I equip the wrong set? I didn't. That's right. I've just sort of defaulted to a dragon loadout here. Nether Flosion. Used to call it the Nether Floction. I think it's meant to be Flosion, which is a much cooler sounding word than Floction. Although Floction is fine as well, I suppose. Jeez. This inventory is looking really terrible. Definitely need to work on this a little bit. Let's sell those extra Elatrion materials that I just got there. I must have been doing... well, if I was using Bowgun against Elatrion, what do you think it would have been? I suppose it's probably just heavy Pierce, most likely. Alright, I'll post the quest on the book. Shut up! Alright. Rage Match. Where is it? It's here. 2 Deviljho in the land arena. Can't wait. Tavo's feeling greatsword still. And of course he's still feeling the... whatever it is, Hell Hunter jacket, and then the leather chaps and the sunglasses. So I'm going to bring, obviously, Thundershots. So once I run out of Thundershots, what is the next best thing to shoot with this gun? Pellet level 2. Definitely that. It's not a great Pierce gun. It's got average recoil as well, so that's not going to work at all for level 3, and probably not level 2 either. I suppose it'll be normal shots, by the looks of it. I can also shoot some paralysis. That could be a plan. I'll just bring, you know, the max number of level 1 paralysis shots that I can actually put in my inventory. So at least then I'll be able to paralyze one of them. This thing loads 3, so I'd say that's appropriate enough. I'm not bringing antidotes. Okay, so normal level 2. Paralysis level 1. Max out on huskberries. And I'll get my combination material. Oh, that's right. I need to purchase more thundershots. I only had 11 in my box. I'm glad I remembered that. I would have been extremely frustrated if I had forgotten to do that. Alright. So, flash bugs. Stop. I'm trying to access the box, not stoop on people's loadouts. Why not have Tavo hold ammo? Well, I don't think it'll be necessary, this is the thing. I don't mind having people hold ammo for me, but it's, you know, it adds a bit of... But do you know what? That might be a good idea. I'm too tempted to do that now that you've mentioned it. Who do you think would be the best person to hold ammo? I don't know if it would be Tavo. You know what? It's going to be Quinn, and the reason why is because he's got Sword and Shield. It will be least disruptive to his experience. All he has to do is sheathe that Sword and Shield, which can be done immediately. I just feel like Greatsword's not as good of a choice. I don't want to interrupt his charging strategy. Alright. So, I think I'm ready to go. I'm in business. I'm not in business. I need to bring smoke bombs. Just leave the smoke bombing to me. I think it'll be easier when I'm standing away from the monster to be able to do that. There's every likelihood that Lynn will fuck up the strategy. I'm not going to be too concerned if she does, but yeah, that's how we're going to approach this. I will do the smoke bombing and just leave it to me solely, because when you get more than one person dropping smoke bombs, it starts to cause confusion as to when it's going to run out. Knowing when it's going to run out is important, so... Well, there you go. Tavo wasn't a good choice anyway, he's got a full inventory. Nope, stop. Stop, Lynn. Thought Lynn was going to run straight in. Oh, they both saw me. Alright, well we have been... See, this is the thing. I'm sure you can time Rage Match so that they're not fucking facing the door. I don't really want to retry that, so let's just give it a whirl. We do, however, need to aim for the same one consistently. That's very important. So let's paintball one of them. Doesn't really matter. Oh, we've got a sleep meat. Yeah, let's make use of that. Let's make use of that. Let's not... Oh, shit. I don't even think... I'm pretty sure it was the Deviljho that woke up the other Deviljho, so... Yeah. I don't think that was going to be possible no matter what. So what I'll do is I'll paintball one of the Deviljhos, and then we'll aim for that one specifically. And obviously the one that I paintball will be the one that I start to paralyze. I really should have shot that. One of them's asleep. I think we're a little bit too much in the action right now to make use of that sleep as a wake up. Oh, what an excellent idea! Excellently done! I hadn't even considered that. We've just put that Deviljho to sleep, so I'm guessing he can't... Is he still in combat with us? I suppose not. Alright, just leave the smoke bombing to me. And... yeah, that's excellent. I had not even considered that. What a brilliant strategy. Yeah, he's still in combat with us. That's a real shame. That would have been an excellent idea, but that was what I suspected. Because we were fighting him and then we put him to sleep, you see, he is still in combat with us, annoyingly. There we go. Deviljho's really... The other Deviljho, rather, is really making this difficult for us. Even though there's two Deviljhos running around here, I do definitely want to take advantage of peak performance. That almost really messed me up. Now, the two Deviljhos will hurt each other, but not that much. Oh, it's left-leaning. Sorry, I thought it was right-leaning. Or deviating, whatever you want to call it. We do have a paralysis meat down, I can see, but that's not going to successfully paralyze him. Because I've already done that myself. I mean, maybe there's enough build-up. No, there won't be enough build-up for me to be able to paralyze him again with what shots I have remaining. Yeah, I'm not going to do peak performance, it's just not practical. Not in this circumstance. I'll wait until one of them's dead. I can't see what's going on. Jesus! It is a little hard to see what's going on at times. I can't see. I literally, like, the position of these two Deviljho couldn't be worse. I couldn't see both of them at the same time. We do need to keep track of which one we're fighting. But we do want to hit this Deviljho while he's in the trap. Otherwise it's a waste. Alright, back to the original. We don't want to lose sight of which one has been getting hit from the beginning. Because otherwise we're going to be here fighting two Deviljho for much longer. Quinn has sadly passed. Very dramatic way of describing that. No. No. I'm actually lowering the volume of the game. That was a bit silly of me to make it so loud. I had done that intentionally, but now that I'm looking how loud it is, that is way too much. Right, that's a bit more reasonable. Sorry, Quinn. But yeah, this is the reason why I'm going ranged. It's just easier to step back and take stock of the situation with two Deviljhos running around if you are running ranged, as opposed to Blade Master. Good reload opportunity. That was a good Wyvern Fire opportunity as well, as we can see. See, that's going to harm the other Deviljho quite a lot. So. That was really funny. Deviljho started eating the poison meat, but then was physically pushed away from it, so it looked like he was eating nothing. And then the meat, which was quite far away from where he was eating, disappeared. Don't think I've seen that before. What is Lyn doing? Literally walking so as to position herself directly between me and the Deviljho while I'm shooting. And indeed not even facing the monster. I'm seeing a lot of flash bombs going around. Going off around me. I don't think that this one's going to last that much longer. I think we've done quite well. No! I got too greedy. I do need to be keeping a better watch on the other one than that. I do not have life powders, I'm sorry to say. I cannot assist. I can go and gather some, perhaps. And Quinn's dead. I did see that coming, unfortunately. If I had life powders, maybe that wouldn't have happened. But I am not being very helpful at the moment by not carrying them. Again, I can go and gather them, but... and maybe I really should. We're at risk of failing. I don't know who keeps putting down meat, but... fortunately, we killed that one before it could eat the meat, because that is not the one we want to eat the meat. That's the point. If we're putting down the meat, we can't really control which Deviljho is going to eat it. We should not be seeing like, someone put down 3 paralysis meat. That's not a good idea. The speed at which he eats the meat is not going to allow for paralysis to be reapplied. He's actually going to lose the paralysis buildup before he eats again. The effectiveness of the status meat is really only going to be worth it, or in fact it's only going to work, really, if the monster hasn't been paralyzed before. I have already paralyzed the first one. That is the point. But fortunately that one's dead, so we don't have to worry anymore. Did anyone eat for insurance? Yeah, that's the question. If only. I do love that feline skill. Very underrated. It's not very widely used for some reason in Generations Ultimate. Just goes to show how derelict that fucking community is. That they can't even spread the word that there's a feline skill that gives you an extra feint. No one uses it, I swear to you, hand on heart, no one uses it. I will... the number of times I've departed on a quest, what I do, it was a little experiment that I did, okay? Those one feint deviant quests, what I would do is I would wait until everyone else had eaten, and then I would get, eat, obviously, for insurance, but no one else would ever eat for insurance. Quinn, could you please give me the thunder shots? Prioritize healing first, of course. I will try not to align myself with you, thus increasing the chance of the Deviljho hitting you. Thank you. Alrighty. But yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to really observe to see who was eating for insurance, and no one ever would. Like, for obvious quests. EX hunts. And stuff like that. Just people wouldn't eat for it. It was actually as if no one knew about it. And someone is going to, I don't know, not even play devil's advocate, but just be contrarian for the sake of it. Someone's going to say, oh, well, maybe the game had only just come out. No, no, no. No, I'm talking like 2021. So, there you are. Maybe they prefer Moxie? Well, they didn't. We'll put it that way. They didn't. But yeah, that was a fairly successful hunt. What was very unfortunate was that the first Deviljho despawned before we could actually carve the damn thing. Which is just terrible. I don't know who decided that that was a good idea, to have monsters despawn that quickly. Maybe it's for performance reasons, but I don't think it would be, because I wasn't noticing any sort of dip in performance with a corpse in the room. So, why did they choose to do that? To have corpses despawn that quickly? It's something like 3 minutes. Maybe 5, it could be 5 minutes, but seriously. There are Monster Hunter games where the corpses do not despawn, so... what leads to the decision being made to have that be implemented? I don't know. I've got no idea. I'm not a game designer. Perhaps if I were, I would have a better theory to put forward, but it is unfortunate all the same. I will top up that bomb. But yeah, I would say that was overall a pretty successful hunt, despite the fact that it started out with a bit of failure. A little bit of failure. On the part of myself, walking into there, and immediately being seen by 2 Deviljhos. That's funny. I actually read that as, in the chat, Gunslino requesting that we do the quest sticky situation, but no, he was saying that he had been put in a few sticky situations. Obviously, I thought that's what he was saying before I had read the whole comment. I did not read every single word of that and then interpret it to be a request to do the quest sticky situation. Just for clarification for anyone who had any doubts. What next? Sticky like his controller, yeah. Well, the controller itself isn't sticky, the buttons are sticky. I don't want to confuse anyone. I don't want anyone to think that I'm sitting here and my hands are practically glued to my controller because it's sticky with, I don't know, spilled port or something. No, that's not what's going on. It's just the buttons, thank you very much. How about Lucent Nargacuga? Seeing as though Nargacuga hasn't seen one before, or at least hasn't fought one. Hard-hitting lineup requests. Yum Yum Disaster. Sorry, Yum Yum's Disaster. That's a terrible recommendation or request, and the reason why is because it's very boring. It's literally one monster at a time, and it just goes on forever, and I don't like it. It's also in the land arena, and I don't want to do too many quests in the land arena, because it's a very boring area to be in. It's literally just a dirt pit, which is fine occasionally, but I do prefer hunting monsters in a locale. Alright. Lucent Nargacuga, we want ice element. Might go hunting horn. Why the hell not? Where is my bloody... There it is. The Frigiguiro. This fucking Portuguese sounding shit. Or it could be Spanish. Could be Spanish. The Invisible Predator. I've got a sled for a hunting horn, which is interesting. Yes, I'll take a weakener. Sounds good. Do switch axe. Alright, I'll do switch axe next time. Do you know what? No. I just realised that I've got a better ice weapon to use if it's a switch axe. It's the only switch axe that I like using. It happens to have ice element. I'm gonna go and equip it now. I was not expecting to have a recommendation that I would take so well to from Nargacuga. But yeah, the switch axe in question is Dragon's Roar. Ice element. Check it out. What shall I use it with? This, maybe? There we are. Beautiful. Can I make use of those slots? I really want to. I really want to. I reckon I can get stamina recovery up with those slots. Let me give that a try. Hopefully I won't forget what I was using that decoration for. I can't imagine that I would. Alright, stamina recovery up. I will... So, it's not recovery speed, it's recovery. Just recovery, I think is what it's called. Or stam recuv. Okay. That should be it, right? Fuck, it's 3 points, not 4. Oh, that's because... Well, hold on, this is important. So, is it stam recuv? Shit. Why isn't there a 3-slot stamina recovery decoration that I can get? There's a 3.2 slot. Wow, I'm an idiot. So I can just get the 2-slot and then a single decoration. Well, don't worry. I figured it out before you had to tell me. Don't worry. Okay. So we get the 3-slot. Or the 2-slot, sorry. And then the 1-slot. And that'll do us. Yeah, it's not like I needed 5 points. I just needed 4. Oh god, now where is it? Is it physique? Fuck. I don't know what the decoration's actually called, because I had filtered based on skill name. Is it refresh? It's refresh, okay. How refreshing. That's refreshing. It's quite unlikely for you to be able to get this many skills with Honed Blade, or it's uncommon, I suppose. I've been mixing up the words uncommon and unlikely in my head, I don't know why. Very strange wires to be crossed, really. I don't know where the confusion is. Alright, very cool. That makes this switch axe even more valuable, quite frankly. It looks like a greatsword, I suppose it does in a way. What are you talking about? There you go, hard-hitting lineup again. I don't know what you're referring to. Are you just describing the hunters as a hard-hitting lineup? There is a quest called hard-hitting lineup. Anyway. Fish. So that's what you were mentioning. Spear tuna. Fish. Alright, I need to stop saying fish now. Where's the monster? There he is. I hate this bastard. Particularly because of that attack. Well, there weren't any poison spikes. I do wish that there were more ice on this particular... So yeah, it's only 120 ice. It doesn't feel like very much. But, anyway. Well, it's not just about how it feels, it really is not very much. It's minimal. I'm also glad that in a previous quest, or leading up to a previous quest, I did actually fill my antidotes. I feel like you just aggressively stepped on me. I also forgot how long it took to sheath the fucking switch axe and ended up getting hit. I'm not very good at evading these poison spikes, by the way. Do expect me to actually walk into them while evading them on occasion. I don't know what causes me to do that, but it might be linked to the fact that I just don't play very well sometimes. Who knows? We're both jumping and landing on the ground. It just looked like we were mirroring each other's movements though. Or I was mirroring his movements. Sorry, Quinn. Can't quite see anything between his legs though. Oh, get away from that shit. But yeah, this is a very cool looking switch axe. As I said, this is probably the only switch axe that I really enjoy using because it looks really cool. No other switch axe that I own looks cool enough to counterbalance the amount of displeasure that I feel when I have to use this weapon type. But this just looks damn cool. It makes it worth the pain. Yeah, I suppose it is strange to see ice on Nargacuga, and to be honest, that's probably what I find most valuable when it comes to... Like, that is the most value that you can get out of a subspecies. It's being forced to use a kind of weapon that you normally wouldn't use on this monster. I don't know why I did that. That was really dumb. Oh, fucking hell. This is a particularly large one, I have to say. I keep getting lost in it. He's so big that I can't see myself for his giant fucking body. I'm demonstrating very effectively how not to fight this monster, by the way. He shouldn't last very long. He's not extremely strong. He has one of the rarest drops as well. Cloudy Moonshard. Or at least it feels very rare. I'd say Abyssal Lagiacruz Dynamo and Cloudy Moonshard. Those are the two hardest to get. Ow. I mean, Tabo Show really does like to live dangerously using a greatsword against this monster. Not to mention the fucking spear tuner joke weapon. Which I really should make, to be honest. I'm diving because I don't trust it. See, because I held it for too long, I wasn't able to evade anymore. I had no choice but to just take the hit stupidly. You keep the hell away from me. As you can see, just swinging his tail like that also sends poison thorns in all directions. Don't you think it's shocking that he can swing his tail that way, and I can be standing directly behind him and there's poison thorns coming my way? It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is like a 3D bullet hell shooter. No wonder why I hate it so much. I don't like bullet hell shooters at all. This is coming from someone who quite likes Toho. Obviously I never played the game. Well, I have attempted to, but I was never good at them. The old ones, that is. Oh, my batteries just died on my controller, so you guys have to... Nah, you don't have to keep me alive. Where are my batteries? I know where they are. I'll be back in a moment. I'm definitely gonna die, I think. I'm back and I have batteries, but I need to change them still. Feels like such an archaic thing to have to worry about. Batteries dying on your controller. What I think is extraordinary is how long it took for the gaming industry to move from controllers with batteries to controllers that you frickin'... well, I suppose an internal rechargeable battery that you plug in to charge, you know. It's ridiculous that it took so long. Looking at you, Microsoft. You know, it would be Microsoft, wouldn't it, that would cause the shift to take so long. Alright, I'm back. Well, back in the game. If it ever seems like I run out of battery very often while recording, it's because it's very likely to happen, to be honest, while I'm playing. Well, sorry, the likelihood of me running out of battery is very much increased by virtue of the fact that I don't use the controller very often. Now, I would be much better placed to just take the fucking batteries out when I'm not using the controller, but I don't really think to do that. I don't know when I'm next going to use it, but it often happens that I just don't end up using the controller for 6 months, and then, you know, the batteries are being drained, doing nothing. Apparently I accidentally dodged a spike. I doubt that. I'm sure that was entirely intended. I don't know what you're trying to suggest. Whatever it is, I don't appreciate the suggestion that you're making. That's the sound of a battery hitting my table. And I'm now pouring another glass of Dolce Rosso. Alright. Oh, I crouched and managed to evade a spike that way. That is actually really impressive. Alright, I'll probably do one more hunt and that should finish me. Well, it should be enough for me anyway. I shouldn't use such an ominous phrase such as finish me. Yeah, let's get this lash and put it away. And I did also see, yes, I had one extra Nargacuga shard taking up a spot in my box that quite simply didn't need to be doing that. Alright. What shall our last hunt be? I'm probably going to use a hunting horn because I don't want to, you know, tantalize my hunting horn loving audience, or those of you in the audience who do like hunting horn, by equipping one, saying that I was going to use one, and then actually going and using probably the worst weapon type in the series instead. So what I will do is I will find something for us to hunt that is high HRP. How about Cloudless London? Let's do 2 Zenogres. I'll use the same hunting horn. And yeah, that way you don't have to worry about me denying you something that I've dangled before you. The Frigiguiro. I don't know if I should say Frigiguiro or Frigiguiro. I say Frigiguiro because I'm thinking of the word frigid. The G is obviously pronounced in that sort of way. I don't need abyssal stuff, actually. I do need 1 dynamo to make, I think, it's the Lagiocrus heavy bowgun. It's the last abyssal Lagiocrus thing that I need to make, but I don't, I'm not really desperate for it. I don't think I'm ever going to really need a pellet loadout. That's what I was going to get it for, but I don't use pellet except for when I play offline, so it's really low priority. The idea is that when we depart on a quest with Abyssal Lagiocrus, I can rest easy in the knowledge that actually I'm going to benefit from it as well if I do actually get a dynamo. But I'm not actually going to take the time to get one. Not deliberately. And yeah, I'm not really in the mood for that fight anyway. I've done it so much. But yeah, I've actually had a lot of fun during this live stream. This, you know what, I'm going to check to see how long ago it was when I last did 3 Ultimate. Let's have a look. Wow. The last time was in June of this year, which is pretty shocking. So, yeah, pretty comfortably 6 months ago. But yeah, As I have said before, will try to do as much 3 Ultimate as I can, because we are only going to be able to enjoy the original Capcom servers until April of next year, and it will be next year very soon. It's weird, it feels further away than it actually is, because it's still 2023, but it's going to be 2024 very soon, so... I think once it's January 24, it's going to feel like it's just around the corner, and I'm not looking forward to it, but having said that, I am at peace with it, because I was expecting these servers to shut down much sooner than this. So at the end of the day, I can't sit here and complain about it. It's how it has to be. Apparently Nargacuga is upset that the Glacial Ugnauctor longsword has been swapped out for something else. It is a pretty cool longsword. It's my choice of ice longsword as well. Alright, what have we got? Attack boost L. That's pretty much... Oh, and I've got hearing protection as well. I'll do both of those. So, I'm just trying to memorize it. Well, I think I can memorize that. I'm not going to play any songs except for self-improvement for now, though, because not everyone is here. You motherfucker, you don't even let me play one thing. Go away. He doesn't like my music, evidently. What a bastard. Lynn is fucking soloing one of them for some reason. The reason why that fucking frustrates me is because I'm using a hunting horn, which is designed to increase the damage of the team. Well, she's basically prevented me from being able to boost the damage of everyone. Stupid girl. Anyway. Ow. Actually, I can't pass up that opportunity, really. Fuck, so that's not how I play it. How do I play it? Okay, understood. Obviously I'm doing a terrible job of memorizing this song. There we go. Let's see if I can just, based purely upon memory, do the hearing song. So I believe it's 2 blue, red, then purple. I think so. I got it right. So for some reason I was able to memorize that just fine, but the other one, far too difficult. So I'm assuming if I do the second, well, if I do the encore, yes, there we go, hearing protection large, which should be more than enough for Zenobia. I could be wrong, but I think that hearing protection small is earplugs and hearing protection large is high grade. I hope I'm right about that. As you can see, the performance in this area is really bad. This is one of the worst performing areas in a Monster Hunter game. Like an actual shipped Monster Hunter game, where you're playing on the original console, and you're getting this sort of poor performance. This is really the only example of that I can think of that's anywhere near this bad. Area 5 in 3 Ultimate on the Wii U. Specifically in the deserted island. I just said Area 5 as if this is the only locale in which you're going to be in an area called Area 5. How's my attack song going? Seems like it's still in effect, which is good. Just look at this. It's fucking crazy. It's something like 15 FPS. Or it could be in the 20s, but it's definitely low. And it was already bothering me that it was at 30 FPS, to be honest. Alright, attack song time. As a hunting horn user, I do actually feel like I'm contributing well, weirdly enough. Alright. When I say contributing well, I mean like I feel like I'm hitting the monster and damaging it well. Because I've been getting flinches, I got the KO. Although it wasn't solely my KO, I do understand that. Tavo is also using the hammer. So he no doubt built up most of that KO. But still, I helped. Well, apparently Lyn, well, I shouldn't be that surprised. Lyn hasn't killed hers, so there you go. I'm not going to do any songs for Lyn. Just not interested. I didn't need to encore that at all. You can see Tavo's connection is just truly terrible. I've told him before he can never be in a situation where I'm recording and he's hosting. It's never going to work. So, yeah, if you ever need any indication as to how bad his connection is, just watch his character move. I don't know if you saw it there, but he was running towards that area, literally snapped back in time, and then instant transmissioned to the exit. So, needless to say, if he's hosting a quest, the monster is going to be doing that, not him. And I don't want that. Presumably he is having to endure that terrible connection in place of me, but I would prefer he made that sacrifice than I recorded a live stream with the monster doing that. I'm not too worried about capturing or killing, of course. I'm doing this for fun, not for materials. Very good. Nice work, everyone. Had a bit of fun with Hunting Horn there. Doesn't happen all that often. Got a lot of good jobs from Lyn. You know what? That's what it is. We keep getting good jobs with each completed quest, and no one else is saying anything. That's why it looked like she's practically spamming us with good job. Oh, goodness. Well, I really enjoyed this hunting session. This was good fun. That is the perfect outfit to go with that animation. That would make a good GIF, actually. Yeah, 3 Ultimate's a special game. In a good way. I clarified that I meant it in a good way because I realized that usually when I say something is special, I mean rather the opposite, or I mean it in a bad way. But no, I very much enjoy this game. It's good to be able to play it. But I do need to play more Try as well. Hunter rank 550, that's a good number. That's a nice number to close out on. Or close out with. Alright, well, that's going to conclude this live stream. I'm going to try and not have too many live streams where I'm not on camera. I understand that it's something of a downgrade when I'm not, but anyway. I think it would be better to do this than to not have any live streams at all. Hopefully we are all in agreement on that point. That's it for this live stream. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you Tavo and Quinn for joining me today. You sort of saved the live stream. It wouldn't have been nearly as entertaining if you hadn't joined me, so thank you very much for that. I'll see you all next time, and I will try to record as frequently as I can. I'll see you next time.